Are you seeing someone right now? Whenever I start getting close to somebody, it seems like I'm all in at first. But the moment things get real, when it's time to actually work through problems, I fall back. I become that person who never truly settles down, almost like a wandering bee hopping from flower to flower without ever staying in one place for long. From the outside looking in, Jennifer Hudson and Common seemed like the perfect duo. She's a powerhouse singer and actress. He's the smooth, thoughtful rapper who evolved into a Hollywood favorite. Together, they projected love, maturity, and stability. But lately, something in their energy has shifted. Fans began noticing them appearing together less, their chemistry cooling off. And Jennifer dropping cryptic messages online that sparked wild theories. Meanwhile, rumors floated claiming Common had been getting a bit too friendly with other women and possibly making snide comments behind Jennifer's back. And this is where the story gets complicated. This wouldn't be the first time people speculated that Common pulls away once the early excitement fades. With a long history of high-profile romances that never quite lasted, many began to wonder if Jennifer Hudson was simply the next chapter in an ongoing pattern. But the plot thickens. Old allegations from his past started resurfacing, raising questions about whether something deeper might be affecting their dynamic. So now the big question lingers. Are we witnessing a slow fade out of a relationship? Or are we on the edge of a full-blown Hollywood scandal that neither of them can control? Because if the whispers are even half true, this isn't just another breakup. This is a ticking bomb, man. When it blows, the fallout might be massive. The shift no one could ignore initially. Their relationship looked flawless. Cute selfies, red carpet appearances, interviews full of praise. They sold a picture-perfect romance. But fans with sharp instincts noticed things changing. They weren't showing up together anymore. Jennifer started attending events alone. Common seemed absorbed in his solo work. And when they did appear side by side, the warmth was gone, replaced by stiff poses and distant expressions. Then came Jennifer's cryptic captions. Posts about knowing your worth, choosing peace, and walking away from situations that no longer nurture you. She never mentioned names, but she didn't have two people connected the dots instantly. Soon the internet was debating whether the couple had hit a breaking point. Was it just a rough patch, or the start of something far bigger? As the distance grew, insiders began whispering about a major turning point, a proposal rumor that apparently didn't unfold the way Common hoped. Common's history of romance. If there's one thing people know about Common, it's that his dating history reads like a Hollywood VIP list. Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Erykah Badu, Angela Rye. All extraordinary women. Yet none of those relationships went the distance. Common has openly admitted he struggles with long-term commitment. Once the initial spark wears off, he tends to lose momentum. He has described himself as someone who loves the thrill of falling in love, the chase, the excitement, but pulls back once things settle into routine. Fans often joke that his name matches his relationship cycle. Nothing rare, nothing lasting. People assume Jennifer might break the pattern, that she might be the one to change everything for him. But when rumors surfaced that Jennifer declined his proposal, fans immediately wondered if this was the moment his old habits came rushing back. Because when Common feels the door closing, he usually doesn't push it back open. He drifts. The proposal that didn't land. Rumors swirled that Common was ready to take a huge step, getting down on one knee for Jennifer. For someone with his past issues, that would have been monumental. He even hinted in interviews that if he ever married, Jennifer would be the woman he'd choose. But behind the scenes, things didn't unfold as expected. Reports claim Jennifer wasn't ready, that she told friends she wasn't prepared to walk down the aisle with him, not now, and maybe not ever. Her hesitation wasn't surprising. She had previously spent 9 years engaged, only for it to collapse painfully. Add Common's well-known dating history, and you could understand why she pumped the brakes. but insiders say her rejection hit him hard. And from that moment on, his vibe changed: less affectionate, less available, less emotionally present. When Common starts feeling shut out, his history suggests he doesn't wait around long. And that led people to the next rumor, that he might already be turning his attention elsewhere. Cheating whispers and wandering eye talk. When news of the failed proposal began circulating, messier rumors followed. Whispers said Common had been seen out alone, getting a bit too friendly with women who definitely weren't Jennifer. There were no solid receipts, just chatter, blurry sightings, and speculation that quickly caught fire online. People pointed to his past, how quickly he tends to move. Anon wondered if this time was no different. Some even claimed he'd been venting behind closed doors, that he couldn't stand the relationship anymore. Then Jennifer posted captions about betrayal and heartbreak, and fans lost their minds connecting the dots. Was she hinting at Common? Was she just posting quotes? No one knew, but the timing didn't help. And in the world of Hollywood gossip, timing is everything. But cheating rumors weren't the only old narrative resurfacing. Soon the internet dug up past allegations about Common's identity and preferences, and everything got even more chaotic. Sexuality, rumors, and Jaguar rights, explosive claims just when the conversation couldn't get messier. Old chatter about Common's preferences resurfaced. Jaguar Wright, known for her bold industry exposes. Kay previously claimed Common didn't genuinely care for the women he dated, and even suggested he wasn't truly interested in women at all. She claimed his exes never praised his romantic presence and accused him of dating for image rather than connection. While none of these claims were ever proven, the internet loves connecting dots, especially during a breakup rumor. Suddenly, people questioned whether his alleged distance from Jennifer had deeper roots. Was she unknowingly involved in a relationship? Doomed from the start. Again, none of this is verified, but rumors don't need proof to spread. And the more people revisited old statements, the harder it became to separate speculation from reality. Jennifer's side of the story: while people focused on Common, others argued Jennifer wasn't necessarily the innocent party. Her past relationship with David Otunga ended in a storm of accusations and counterclaims. Jennifer alleged controlling behavior, while David insisted she was twisting the narrative and using fame to influence the public. That messy breakup left lingering doubts in some people's minds. And now, whispers claim Jennifer could be distant and dismissive once she felt in control. A few even said she treated Common as if she were above him. So maybe Common didn't pull away because he couldn't commit. Maybe he pulled back because he sensed a dynamic he didn't want to repeat. Still, regardless of who's at fault, sources say tension between them has only grown. The receipts people claim exist. What keeps any Hollywood rumor alive? The possibility of evidence. Insiders whispered about late-night texts, questionable outings, and secret clips that could expose the truth. Nothing public has surfaced, but the fact that people even whispered about receipts sent fans into detective mode. Some claimed Common was seen leaving private events with people who weren't Jennifer. Others said the messages he'd been sending didn't look like something a committed partner would send. Fans monitored every post, every photo, the internet. The internet was practically holding its breath for someone to drop screenshots or leaked footage. And if that ever happened, it wouldn't just be gossip, it would be a full-blown scandal. Because once evidence hits the internet, it never disappears. Calm before the storm, so here we are, stuck between speculation and reality. Watching Jennifer Hudson and Common navigate a storm that could go either way. Maybe they're just working through a private rough patch. Or maybe the rumors are true, and we're witnessing the unraveling of a romance that never had solid ground. If Common is slipping into old patterns, Jennifer may be the newest addition to a long list of women who learned he doesn't stick around. But if Jennifer's old habits are returning, maybe she's the one pushing him away. Either way, the cracks are visible, the tension is undeniable, and the whispers about hidden receipts have everyone on edge. Because if those screenshots, clips, or texts ever leak, this won't be just another celebrity breakup. It'll be a Hollywood explosion. So what do you think? Is Common the problem, or is Jennifer quietly pulling the strings? Make sure to comment your thoughts, hit the like button if you're deep in the tea, and subscribe so you don't miss the next twist. Because the moment this situation blows up, you already know we'll be here with every drop of the story. He might just be the type of guy who never truly settles down with anyone. Maybe he's like one of those wandering butterflies, always drifting from bloom to bloom without ever staying long enough to root and child. I hate to say it, but didn't we already tell MJ Hud that the common denominator may not be the trophy everyone thought he was? Here we are now, rumors swirling everywhere that Common has allegedly moved on, leaving Jennifer caught completely off guard, like she never saw a single sign. What makes this even crazier is the fact that this man was literally on camera, a few days ago, singing her praises like she was heaven sent, talking about how their bond was one of the greatest blessings of his life, how their connection was something sacred that taught him the meaning of real partnership. But suddenly, word on the street is there's another woman in the picture warming his pillows. And to top it off, people are whispering that Common has allegedly been speaking negatively about Jennifer behind her back after stepping out on her. Some say everything exploded after Jennifer supposedly rejected a proposal from him last year. Others believe he's trying to shift the storyline before folks start revisiting those old, persistent rumors about him maybe being interested in a different side of the dating pool. And seriously, why can't anyone just keep it real? Folks been joking for years that he'd rather be harmonizing with John Legend than entertaining any of these women. But sit tight, baby, because the storyline only gets deeper. One thing nobody can deny is that Common's romantic resume is full of Hollywood royalty. Besides Jennifer Hudson, we're talking Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Tiffany Haddish, Erykah Badu, Kim Jones, Ava DuVernay, Simone Bozeman, Jaguar Wright, Angela Rye, basically the who's who of elite black excellence. With all that prestige, none of those women stayed. Every single one eventually backed away. People have been side-eyeing for years, saying Common is charming at first, but not exactly built for longevity. He even admitted it himself. His therapist once described his pattern as love addiction, being hooked on that early rush, excitement of the honeymoon phase. He confessed that once that sparkle dims, he checks out. He said he was addicted to falling in love, not staying in it. When the thrill fades, he loses interest and walks away like nothing ever happened. So now that this new batch of tea is spilling everywhere, fans are wondering if Jennifer has become yet another woman realizing that the Common factor might not be worth the emotional storm. Maybe she thought she could rewrite the story and turn him into a forever man. But ooh, the wishful thinking of it all. To be fair, when they first linked up, Common had the whole world believing he'd healed. He said therapy had worked, that he'd grown, that he was finally husband material. He even said outright that Jennifer was the woman he'd marry if he ever tied the knot. But fast forward, people started noticing cracks, less PDA awkward posture when they were together, and Jennifer quietly dropping cryptic captions that had fans decoding subliminals like detectives. Meanwhile, whispers began claiming that Common was already drifting towards somebody new. People swear they'd caught him solo, looking mighty comfortable with women who weren't Jennifer. Nothing confirmed, of course, but it's Common. His track record alone makes fans believe anything. Then came the messiest part, rumors that he had allegedly been saying he couldn't even stand Jennifer anymore. What on earth happened for him to supposedly start turning sour like that? According to some insiders, he still felt some type of way about Jennifer allegedly rejecting his proposal months ago. When those engagement rumors were circulating, sources close to Jennifer said she wasn't about to walk down the aisle not with Common, not right now, and honestly, her reasoning made sense. She knew exactly what his dating record looked like. She wasn't rushing into a lifelong commitment with someone who has a list of exes longer than a red carpet guest list. And let's be honest, none of this was new information to her. Common's history has been public knowledge for ages. Acting surprised now, a bit too late. Insiders also say Jennifer still carries heavy emotional scars from her chaotic split with David Otunga. She's openly said she wasn't sure she even believed in marriage after that. She'd reportedly promised herself no rushing into anything, no wedding bells, and definitely no repeat of the David-era drama. Common, supposedly, tried to reassure her that he was different. That yes, he had dated many famous women, but he was ready to settle down now. Jennifer wasn't buying it. Not after being engaged for almost a decade before. Maybe after all that, their relationship simply couldn't recover. And maybe Common realized they weren't heading toward the future he envisioned. But then the rumors took an even wilder turn summer, saying the real reason he allegedly couldn't handle Jennifer anymore is because he might not even be fully into women to begin with. And pretending was getting harder. Allegations only, of course. The whispers picked up steam again when people revisited what Jaguar Wright once said about him. She claimed the world doesn't know the real Common, that he doesn't actually love black women and only dates them for clout, leaving emotional wreckage behind. She even insinuated that he prefers men and that every woman who dated him knows. One eyebrow-raising detail people noticed. Common has dated tons of high-profile women, yet none have ever publicly praised his bedroom performance. Not a single one. Maybe they're classy, or maybe Jaguar's claims hit a nerve. Then someone supposedly connected to the Hollywood circuit dropped a story that made the internet lose its mind. A man claimed he chatted with Common for nearly an hour at an industry event, not knowing who he even was, and that Common allegedly leaned in around 3 a.m. and asked him what he was doing later that night. The man said he told him, "Going home with my wife," and the vibe allegedly got awkward fast. When asked if he misread the situation, he swore the interaction happened exactly how it sounded. From there, the rumors exploded again. Some speculation suggested Common might be navigating internal conflicts, possibly connected to claims that he once had a traumatic experience with another man. If that's true, it could explain why he might struggle with deeper connections to women. Allegations only, nothing verified. Then the narrative flipped toward Jennifer, with people saying she wasn't exactly a saint either. Her relationship with David Otunga was a complete firestorm. David accused her of cheating with producer Molly Music. Jennifer denied it, but David insisted otherwise. She claimed he became controlling and aggressive, even making their son record her in the studio to prove something. David fought back, saying Jennifer was lying and using her fame to make him look horrible. He said he was actually the one raising their child since she was always working. He claimed she pressured him to give up his career, then turned around and painted him as dependent. Things escalated legally. Police got involved, but David was cleared after a few months. Jennifer dropped the protective order, but only if he agreed never to step foot on her property again. Even after that, David still insisted Jennifer was playing the victim publicly while being someone totally different behind closed doors. And now people are wondering if Common saw glimpses of that same side. There are even whispers that Jennifer allegedly acted like she was above Common financially, which rubbed him the wrong way. If true, that's messy, especially since she knew who he was from the beginning. But honestly, at this point, everything is tangled. Did he cheat? Is he back to old habits? Or is Jennifer stirring the pot? Nobody knows. For all we know, they might still be together and all this gossip is just smoke with no actual fire. But woo, the drama is too juicy to ignore. All right, now it's your turn. What do you think is really happening? Drop your thoughts, hit that like button, share the tea with someone who lives for this mess, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss whatever comes next.